This is Checkin Ringside.
It's in the game. It's in the game. EA Sports. It's in the game.
Checkin Ringside. It's in the game.
That's a great answer.
All right, let's check out the topics. All right, let's start off with Strickland title shot. After a shocking rise to the top, does Sean Strickland deserve another crack at the UFC Gold, or does he need one more statement to secure a title shot?
I don't know, man. Well, let's talk about Strickland's last fight. He had a fight last weekend. UFC was a fight night. Something small, but it was a big fight for him. It was against Anthony Hernandez, middleweight fighter at the 185. He won it. He won it in 3 rounds. It was I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a 3-round decision. Pretty much all 3 rounds. Judges.
Last week?
What? Sorry.
Last week?
Yeah, it was last week. Sean Strickland beat Anthony Hernandez in 3 rounds. It was a decision, so it wasn't a knockout. It wasn't anything serious, but Sean Strickland is
He's the MAGA guy, no?
Yeah, isn't he some controversy around that guy?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
he's a straight up Trump lover. He's a right wing. He's straight up. He's a MAGA guy.
Yeah.
But his fighting style doesn't represent his craziness in the sense where I've seen crazy fighters going into the ring, and just wanting to take out their opponents in the first 20 seconds. There's a lot of fighters that are like, the quicker I take you out, the better it is. Sean Strickland is a guy that will fucking pace you out. 3 rounds, 5 rounds, doesn't give a shit. He's done championship rounds, which is 5 rounds. He's done 3 rounds like last week. He goes 3 rounds. So we know Sean Strickland has cardio. He's got the cardio to take you 5 rounds.
He does this part of his game plan. He does these.
He's one of a kind. He's I wouldn't say he's the strongest. He's this he's got this jab. So he's got this left jab that just controls distance, and he's just controlling his fighters, and he's constantly knocking you and controlling your distance. So you can be a ground fighter, you can be a wrestler, you can be doing whatever you want, and he's controlling you with his jab. And that's what he did with Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya, in his prime, he was championship fighter, middleweight division, 185. He fought up against Sean Strickland. He had beat Kamaru Usman. He had beat all the best at his division. Came up with a guy that we were like, Sean Strickland. He's just got the jab. He's got the stand up. He's got nothing. He has no ground and pound. He has no jiu-jitsu. He has no wrestling capabilities. This guy is strictly stand up. He's got a jab. He's got a hook. He's got an undercut. That's all he has. He's just that's pretty much Sean Strickland. But he has grit. This guy will push. So when you think you're strong and you're always getting pushed on the cage, it's tough. You don't have time for your gameplay. You're always thinking on defense. And Sean Strickland, that's his offense, is keeping you on your defense. No matter what your fucking game plan is, you can come in with your jiu-jitsu. He's going to make you fucking think of, how are you going to defend me now? Because I'm going to be the fly on your back, and you got to get me off all the time. And he's not one of those guys that is going to hang on the cage. Sean Strickland has you on the cage. He's got you on your back, and he's got a fucking jab in your nose, keeping your distance from his shoulder, so that he knows that every time you come in for a hook, you got your distance, and he knows exactly what time to fucking back out. So Sean is just, he's this great guy that took Israel Adesanya down in his prime, who everyone thought, the best, and he took him down, and people were like, okay, so you don't need to be this all-around fighter. Give him the belt. He loses it to Chimaev, who everyone clearly bows down. Now, Khamzat Chimaev is the 185 Ultimate Champion. We're going to talk about him a bit later, moving up possibly. But so Sean Strickland he lost. He's showing his weight. I think right now, after beating Anthony Hernandez last week, he deserves his shot at the title. Again, he deserves it. A lot of people say, fucking Trump, and he already got his title shot. You can't shut him down. This guy is
So he's still there. He's number 1 contender again.
He's fucking hooked this week. He fought a guy in 3 rounds. He had 110 significant strikes in 3 rounds.
Fuck.
110.
110 significant strikes. We're not talking about
what does that mean?
Just landing strikes. We're talking about blows that you hit the guy that actually count as points for the judges. So this guy is just and he's judging you, tap, pap, and then paf, then tap, tap, pap. He's fucking hitting you constantly. So you're thinking
So
of
impactful.
yeah, absolutely. So whatever your game plan is versus this guy, you can't do anything about. The only guy that lost against him was Chimaev in a decision. So he didn't even get knocked out. He went championship rounds. He lost by decision. Chimaev is your 185. So Sean Strickland jumped back down. He had to fight. He won last round. He won against Anthony Hernandez last week. I honestly think he deserves his chance.
Did he
at the
ever get his
185.
rematch? No, huh?
I think he deserves his rematch now.
Okay,
the next
so
fight
this is like a
should go
okay.
against Chimaev. Now you're going against a guy who's Muslim, coming up against Ramadan in March, and so there's a lot of like White House, what's going on? Chimaev is also looking at money, and the money for Chimaev is not defending his title at 185, because if you had the title, you wouldn't want to defend your belt versus going and win another belt if you gain 20 pounds, jump up to 205 and go beat Alex Pereira at 205. That's what Chimaev is talking about.
I think if you're really gonna hype this fight, I think it would make sense for him to fight at the White House. Strickland, a big MAGA supporter, a big Trump supporter.
Strickland, so you would
his
think,
his belt match be at the White House. I think that would make a lot of sense.
Is that actually happening though?
Yeah, in June it's still been happening. On it, but then again, we never know with Trump. Like last minute decision, anything could happen. But it's still scheduled for mid-June. Yeah, Tony.
Crazy.
And you know what, Brian? I actually like that. Like I
makes
never
a lot
thought
of sense.
Of it.
He's a big MAGA. He's a big Trump
Yeah, I
supporter.
agree.
And imagine giving the title
huge
shot at the White House. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Is it more money though? Like I don't know. I would have to look at Dana White's perspective. Does he see it as
the headlining match?
Like what? But then again, I think Dana White. He said it. He's only going to list 6 to 8 matches.
But apparently he doesn't run this thing, so why are you saying Dana White?
No, well, you're right. It's Hunter who runs it. But these matchups, like when they run these pay-per-views, they do 13 to 15 matchups per pay-per-view, per UFC, right? And they're saying the UFC is going to be a 6 to 8 matchup. So they're doing it closed, very tight-knit, not too many matchups, not too much marketing, but just intense 6 to 8 matchups. And
just at the White House.
Yeah, just at the White House.
Maybe they'll do the other matches somewhere else.
No, there's no prelims, no nothing. They're just saying a UFC.
There's no other locations.
6 to 8, nothing. There's no prelims. There's no nothing. There's matchups at the White House. I think those 6 to 8 that they're concentrating on, they want to have 6 to 8 American fighters on each fight card, which makes sense because like they're gonna have a Mexican fight next week in UFC Mexico, and Moreno's on it. Like every if you're gonna do something in Mexico, you're gonna put a Mexican fighter. If you're gonna do something in US, in Canada, we always had Mexican fighters. I think you're right, Brian. Sean Strickland would be a great fight at 185 versus Chimaev. It sucks because Chimaev is looking for the money at 205. He's looking to raise his weight, gain some weight, jump into 205 and go for the lightweight division and beat Alex Pereira. The scary part about Alex Pereira at 205 is that right now, today, if you call Alex Pereira right now, he's walking around at 245 right now. 245, he's a beast. So I'm going to try to explain to people that don't understand weight classes a lot, is that when you jump up or jump down weight classes,
that's not easy.
You have to understand that, imagine, I'm going to say, Brian, you walk around right now at 175 pounds. Wherever you go, whatever you do.
This is 200 pounds of solid fucking.
You hit the gym every day, you're striking your friends, you're doing sparring, you're doing it at 175 pounds. The second you jump up, if I give you fucking McDonald's, I jump up your calories, I bring up your nutritional intake, you bring you up to 185. And now you're a bigger guy, you just fought into a different class.
You're slower.
Where guys are like fighting from 185 to 200 to 204. And they're naturally walking at 185 to 204. Not muscle, like we're talking about just weight. Where once they train, they get to that muscle of 105. They're used to throwing swings of 190 pounds. They're 190 pounds. You're 175 pounds. You're jumping up to 190. You're going to try to swing your weight at 190 that you've never walked at versus a guy that's been walking at 245 that just jumped down to 205. He's used to walking around to 245. He's used to moving around and sparring guys at 230,
Yeah, but you don't know.
235.
But you don't know the guy that's gonna drop down in weight if it's gonna affect his performance too.
It is going to affect his performance because he just dropped mass weight for that. But what I'm saying is that guy is already champ at 205. That means he already won the belt. He beat every fucking pansy in that division at 205, and then he decided to eat 100 Big Macs and bring him back up to 245. So you're going to tell him, oh, you want to bring me back down to 205? That's fine. I'll burn off this fat. I'll fucking beat you with my mass, and that all I'll have left is ripped muscle to beat your ass. And this guy is 185, and he's jumping up to 205. It's tough to go from 185 to 205 straight lean muscle.
So you're saying
What do you think?
on both? That's what I was going to ask you. So is it easy? Which one is easier? Which one's harder? For a guy to gain mass and fight, or a guy to lose mass and fight?
I think it's easier for the guy to lose because he's already been walking around.
Well, I'm
that way.
not saying to gain, or if the gaining or losing is easier. I'm talking about as a fighter.
Who has the advantage?
Who has the advantage when you lose 20 pounds as opposed to gaining 20 pounds?
I think when you gain, automatically when you gain, it's the unknown.
When you're gaining, because your body's not used to that weight.
It can also be the other way around.
Yeah, but you're walking into this unknown. You're in this.
You're slower all of a sudden.
Exactly.
You're much
now
slower.
you're like, whoa! I got this extra speed. I got to move. I gotta make up for it.
Yeah.
So you've never dealt with this.
So the
Whereas
guy,
if you're 245
and
and you go down to 205, you just fucking drop down a lot of weight. You just gain speed.
Yeah,
Instantly.
but you also
sense.
might not be able to retain hits as much as if you're at a higher thing. There's disadvantages to go down in weight as well. You got to be able to be comfortable in getting hit. Yeah, you gain speed, but
yeah,
know,
I think
you absorb. I agree, Tony.
I don't know, but I think no matter what weight class you know how to fight, you know how to defend. The only difference is you become slower when you gain weight, and you become faster when you lose weight. I think it's a speed thing.
yeah, but you also you also are more susceptible to hits. You can absorb hits more when you're a lighter weight. When you're used to being a heavier weight, you can uphold.
If you're a big cushion, you're a fucking Tai Tuivasa, and you're a fucking mattress, and you're just absorbing. I get that, but let's look at the pound for pound factor of gaining versus losing. What are you gaining weight from 185 to 205 versus what are you losing? I think you're losing fat. You're losing a lot of water. You're losing a lot
weight,
of you're losing water. Whereas if you're gaining, you're not gaining water. You have to gain mass.
Yeah.
Where that means it has to be trained muscle tissue that you've been working on, and not just something that's been sitting in your bladder that just gets released. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you're gonna go, there's people that do these cuts, you know, two nights before the thing, and they're in the saunas, and you see them in the blankets, and they're fucking dripping, and they're losing 15 pounds of sweat, and the water's coming off. They're losing liquids. Yeah. It's the water, the mass. Whereas the people that are going from 185 to 205, they're not drinking 5 gallons of water, and they're being like, dude, I'm gonna kick your ass now because I just drank fucking a liter of water. No, they put on the mass. And it's mass that they're not even trained to use their whole life. Yeah. They haven't been trained to use it. They've just learned this mass. Yeah, they look good in front of the mirror, and they're like, fucking look at me.
I'm a beast.
Look at me. I'm a fucking beast, and I can kick this guy's ass, and I match his weight. But that guy has been walking around with 40 pounds more than me, and he knows how to swing and kick his leg with 40 pounds more weight than me. And I'm just fucking learning this.
Yeah, because when you're not massive and you're a bit more lean cut, you're quicker. You're quicker, right?
You are much quicker.
So now that you're gaining that mass, your speed slows down a little bit.
Slows down because you're not used to it.
So
I don't think you have enough time to get used to it when you're training for a fight.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
So is it worth it, Chimaev, to step
up
to?
I think it's an advantage for the guy losing weight and the guy gaining weight. He's at a disadvantage.
That's right.
You ever try when shadow boxing with weights, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? So you know it's kind of slow, but then you drop the weight. You go to instead of doing 10 pounds to go to 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Like okay, all right. Then you drop the 5 pounds. You're like just doing shadow boxing. Yeah. You're so fast.
Yeah.
And so if
Makes
you do
sense.
that on a regular basis,
that your body gets used to it. That movement.
Now imagine you're already heavy, and then like you lose the weight,
and you lose it, and
you still have some of that muscle.
So your brain knows that movement. It knows what to do.
Oh, boom!
And now it's quicker to get there because it's got less mass transfer. Whereas the other guy, who like Manny, who's gaining the weight to get up to you, he's learning how to transfer that extra mass. And be like, oh, I knew how to shoot an uppercut. I knew how to take you down. I knew how to give you an ankle pick. But fuck, with this extra 15 pounds on both my shoulders, it's maybe a bit slower. And my reaction time is a bit different. So that's what makes double champ a double champ. Yeah. That's what makes these things exciting, that like these guys move up and down, that these guys can try different leagues. And you got Chimaev, who's just a fucking beast, and everyone's looking at him, who hasn't fought in over a year, and people are laughing at him. They're like, he's part of, like I've talked about how the UFC doesn't have these title defenses and stuff. He's one of them. He's one of these, like, fucking defend your title. But at the same time, when you overlook your fucking division and you're laughing at your division, what are you gonna do? You beat the fucking guy already. This he's your number 2, and you destroyed him. They're not going to give you a rematch versus your number 2. They're going to be like, oh, jump up to 205. You want to be double champ, buddy? Why don't you gain some mass?
Pat, there was this. I don't know. I know Bisping was like kind of like shitting on I think Hernandez, right?
Yep.
So Hernandez, he lost recently, right?
Yeah, he lost against Strickland. Yeah.
And so like he. This is one of his first loss, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of his first big losses in a long. They were both battling for like who was going to keep up their win streak, basically. And Sean Strickland needed to keep up that win streak for the championship, and Hernandez was working his way up.
And now Bisping was kind of saying that he should just drop weight now. Right?
Hernandez?
Yeah,
from 185 to 1. Okay.
And so because he doesn't look right in this weight class right now. Do you agree? Or is Bisping just like a bit of a prick?
No. You know what? No. Yeah, listen.
Well, he is a kind of a prick, but anyways.
listen. Bisping, you can think what you want of him, but that guy...
He's got a mouth.
He is the only person in this world, in the entire world, that has won a championship title with one eye.
Yeah.
He had a fake eye. And he didn't tell anybody.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, really?
He went into a fight. I heard him on a podcast. He lied to the UFC.
He has one glass eye.
Not judges. Yeah, he has a glass eye. He basically pulls it out. He's like, here you go.
Yeah. Gross.
He basically lied going into a fight, his championship fight. They were like, got punched, and I forget against who. He says it. There was a fight that he gets, just eye gouged, just punched, and he had surgery, and he lost his eye after that. Literally lost his eye. Wow. He got a right in.
Ouch.
Never told the UFC judges. One of the biggest, like, hidden things that no one ever knew. And, like, too bad, so sad. The guy still snuck it in, and he beat the champion at the time with one fucking eye. So Bisping is the man. But to answer your question, Hernandez... I don't. Anyone stepping in the cage against Strickland is a challenge. No matter who you are, Strickland is he's a one of a kind. He's this body that you could be young, you could be old, you can have multiple years of training in either groundwork or striking, standing up. And Strickland has this stand-up game that he pushes and he pushes, and he's got this jab and this fucking jab that just is in your face all the time, that he has you on your back. You can be going into that fight, the champ, you're on your back the whole fucking fight. And Strickland has this thing about doing that you can't break that fucking crease. And so Hernandez, does he need to go down? Yes and no. Hernandez is in the right division. I think Hernandez he just fought the wrong contender, but that's what the division is. If he goes down to 170, he's got a lot of room to grow. And I always say that if fighters go down, like we just talked about, is the best move, because that gives you a lot more confidence. It's the fighters that go up that take that risk. Israel Adesanya won at 185. He I'm the fucking king of the world. I'm jumping up to 205. He got his fucking ass planted.
Is there any fighter that has fluctuated up rank and down a weight class? Is there any fighter that go like
Israel Adesanya is the only one that I think went up 2 belts and went down as quick. Conor got a belt. He went. Conor went up. He won a second belt instantly. Ilia Topuria got a belt. Fucking destroyed his division. Went up, raped the other division, and just like fuck you, 2 divisions. I'm raping you both.
What about down? Did you ever go down and destroy?
Manny
You
goes
don't.
down.
What a sham.
I would say.
And Manny did good at that, right? Yeah, Manny killed it at that round.
Going down, I would say. Not really. I would say a lot of guys went up. John Jones, everybody went up. Everybody was like lightweight, went up to heavyweight. Everyone went like Alex Pereira. They were like fucking 170, went up to 185, grew up to 205, and now he's walking 245. Who would have thought this guy walking at 180 would be walking today at 245? Just
who's this?
Alex Pereira. Just like, what do you want me to do? You want me to fight lightweight? You want me to fight heavyweight? You want me
fight anybody.
What do you want? Middleweight? What the fuck you want me? It's like this guy just. But Alex Pereira is he's a kickboxer. He's a striker. He's a stand-up. He's your he's not your wrestler. So if you know anything about MMA, this is not kickboxing. This is not boxing. This is you got anything goes. So if you're in wrestling, you don't have that cauliflower ear. That's one of those things that I look at, right? You look at these champs and then you're like, doesn't that champ have cauliflower ear?
The floor.
Doesn't go to the floor. He doesn't wrestle. He doesn't know how to wrestle. That's the fucking problem. And if he hits a guy like Chimaev, like Alex Pereira, Chimaev is at 185. He's the champ at 185. And they say, you're the best at everything. You could be the best double champ. You could be the next John Jones. Go up to 205. He wants to go up to 205. His opponent is Alex Pereira, 205, who's the champ, but he's walking at 245. So he's going to come down to 205. Chimaev is going to jump up to 205. We would think, Alex Pereira's got this. He's got that strong. He can throw those strikes, but he's a striker. He doesn't know nothing about groundwork. Chimaev will fucking jump for your hips at count of 1 second of that first round. And once he jumps for your hips and he takes you down, what do you got? That's one of those, like, this is why we haven't seen these fights yet, because they're moneymaker fights. They're not easy to make. The fighters don't want them to be made that easy. They want to build their legacies first. They want to do what they got to do, and we build this and we grow into this, and this is where we see these fighters and see where their strengths are, their weaknesses are. And I love seeing Alex Pereira. I fucking love this guy. This guy, he's been the quickest rising star in the UFC in the history. I don't think there's been anyone, even Conor, hasn't risen as quick as Alex Pereira.
Where is he from?
This is crazy. Brazil. He is. This is a name. Alex Pereira has been this fucking. He's it was in the John Jones era of like.
Really, I went to school with him.
I've risen higher than Conor McGregor.
Alex Pereira.
He's the biggest thing. He's fucking huge. He's taken down everybody and he destroys his division. When I say he takes down everybody, it's not like, he's beat 2 guys and man, those 2 matches were fucking scary. Yeah, but what does he do against everyone else? No, he fucking beats everyone. He destroys the division and then he's like, fuck you guys. You can't fight. This get boring. He jumps up. So he makes the divisions interesting. And so he got double champ. Now he's at 205. He's at 205 right now. Yeah, he beat Israel Adesanya. He had 2 matches against Israel. The first match he lost. The second match he won. And that was Israel's...
He's American, right?
Brazilian.
Yeah. He's Chama. Chama, baby. He's the guy who just comes out with the bow and arrow and... So this guy at 205, he's going to defend his title. Chimaev is supposed to jump up. He's supposed to fight him at 205. He wants to. There's been a lot of talk that Sean Strickland wants to fight him at 185. He wants to be like, no, stay at 185. and let's figure this out at 185. You're the champ at 185. Alex is at 205. I want to become re-become champ at 185 because there was a lot of like Israel Adesanya, Sean Strickland, Khamzat Chimaev was champ at 185, and now Chimaev is 185. And Sean Strickland and Chimaev, they've been training. They've been in the same training camp.
That's right. Yeah.
And there's a lot of shit that's been happening behind closed doors.
Animosity there, eh?
Exactly. A lot of animosity in the sense that apparently in training camp, Sean Strickland has been beating Chimaev. Yeah. He's been getting the upper hand on Chimaev.
And
so Sean,
but they're not fighting for real. They're sparring.
They're sparring. They're just sparring. And now Sean is just like, he's on the gas. He's like, let's go fight 185. Give me the belt. I want it back. I'm not moving him. Sean is not a 205. He's a 185 guy. He stays at the middleweight, and he's like, give me my fight back. He's thinking White House, but Chimaev, he's thinking money. Like, well, think of, you have a belt. Why would you risk defending it when you can risk getting more money at a White House for another belt at a 205 division? So people are like, are you avoiding a fight? What the fuck are you doing? You're champ at a division. This guy wants a shot at your title, and you're not even giving it. Are you going to relinquish it? What are you doing? But he's not going to relinquish it. He's not that mentality. So, we don't know what's going to happen with the middleweight, the lightweight, but it's interesting because, like, coming back from last week's, 2 weeks ago when we talked about the heavyweight division, which is shit right now, fucking dry. It's interesting right now. We got middleweight, lightweight division, which is pretty interesting at the 185, 205. We don't know what's going to happen with the White House coming up. Could be some interesting stuff coming up. Honestly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. You want to move on to the...
Yeah, man.
So next we have... What do we have here? So we got Mayweather and Pacquiao, the long-awaited mega fight between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny
fight already?
Pacquiao. They did fight already.
Yeah. They did.
Was billed as the fight of the century, but did it truly live up to the historic hype? So this is something that happened in the past.
Yep. And their first fight, I forget what year, but they made $600 million.
Yeah. So there's like this video. It's so funny. Like there's this clip where Manny Pacquiao catches like
it's not a new fight.
Rematch.
Mayweather.
Yeah.
He catches Mayweather at a Lakers game. Okay. And like he's just walking by Mayweather, and like Mayweather just looks up, and then they look at each other and like just give each other props and like, wow. We made so much fucking money, like they didn't say anything to each other, but it's exactly what.
Well, I'm sure there's
like
like mutual respect. I'm sure,
absolutely. Between those two fighters, between Mayweather and Pacquiao, first of all, their first matchup was about 10 years too late.
Yeah.
Everyone waited for it.
Yeah.
We waited for so long, and then when it finally happened, I think even I'm included, we were like, "Oh, it's a moneymaker at this point." Yeah. They're just gonna throw jabs. They're not gonna do anything. They're kind of out of their shape. They're out of their age. They're gonna throw some fists, and that's it.
So
and
at their prime, who would have won?
Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Their fight was 11 years ago.
Thank you.
Pacquiao. Yeah. Oh,
so now they're doing a rematch 11. They're even older.
Pacquiao's like 47.
I really thought you guys were going to say Mayweather.
No, Mayweather's like what, 52?
So the difference between those two fighters, and it stays the same from the beginning of their careers to the end until this rematch, is that Floyd Mayweather is a defensive, elusive fighter.
Yeah.
He's very defensive. He will wait till he sees your shots and he will elude them and then hit you. Whereas Pacquiao is all about speed and strikes. Completely different. Doesn't think about defense whatsoever. He's attack. Well, I mean, they're two completely different strategies. Very different styles. So to see them go against each other when they were already 10 years too late, it was, it
was underwhelming a bit.
It was underwhelming because it went the full... We felt like it was one of those like Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, fucking Mike Tyson never
don't
really
compare it to Mike Tyson, Jake Paul.
Well,
but he's saying it was kind of the same.
No, but I'm saying in the sense where Mike Tyson was holding back on the uppercuts.
But Jake Paul is not even wasn't even great.
No, I'm saying in the sense that the fighters were holding back because it was an exhibition fight. It was like a. It was like a.
They weren't fighting for a title. They're just fighting for a paycheck. That's what it felt. Both felt the same.
Mayweather didn't want to affect his record, and Pacquiao said it. He was like Pacquiao. Forget where Philippines. He's a Filipino, right?
Filipino.
So Pacquiao, for as long as I know, has been feeding his family and his fucking nation with his money.
Yeah.
He basically wins his fights. He goes back to his hometown. He gives it to his country. He gives it to his family. He's one of these like
It's philanthropist.
very, very big. So when I saw this fight, I was just like, oh, it makes sense. It's 10 years. He probably needs to fuck. Not like the village is dry, but like, yeah, maybe the river's dry.
The village needs a new community center.
Maybe it needs a new fucking bridge or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like Manny is one of these guys where he fights and he's not fighting for his. Even people are like, dude, stop being so fucking unselfish and just think of yourself sometimes, because you're taking a fucking beating at your age. And he's just, you don't understand. The money feeds many people. For him, it's like that. Where at Floyd, it feeds his fucking briefcase. It feeds he loves that cash in his hands and
his ego.
They're two fucking different people. So to see them going at it, it's crazy.
What are they fighting for? They're not fighting for a belt.
It's just
the cash
it's
grab.
a rematch. It's Netflix that's basically hosting it. That's like cash grab, bring in the millions, and I'm gonna be curious to see how much these guys are gonna make. The first fight made $600 million. So I'm going to be curious to see how much this fight's going to make. And I wouldn't be surprised with Netflix if they could bring in a lot more than $600 million. That's crazy when we talk about $600 million for two fucking
So it's not a set purse?
No. Oh, it's going to be a set purse, but we don't know it yet. Oh, I'm sure.
But why does it...
I mean, they're usually set purses, Tony. Usually.
But you just said you're not sure if it's going to be more than $600 million.
No, we don't know how much each fighter is going to get. What I'm saying.
That's first then.
Oh,
well, they just probably haven't announced it yet. This thing is happening in September.
Yeah, exactly. They haven't announced it. No, it's way. I mean, things can happen between now and September that it might not even happen. Like we've had the first fight where it was postponed for like 4 or 5 years, and we're like, no, and the fans are like, you know what? Now we're fucking 10 years too late. Like, fuck you. Now we're tired because you've been dick teasing us for so many years. So. Let's sit on this, but I think at this age,
you don't know how that feels.
These guys don't have the time that they did when they were 32 to fuck around. So they need to make their money now if they want to step in the ring.
Well, this is going to be a boring fight. Like, this is not going to be... I don't know. I could be wrong, but...
Brian, I predicted, I could be wrong. It's going to be defensive, offensive. So you're going to have one guy pushing the other guy on the ropes, but the guy on the ropes is so fucking good that it's just going to be 10 rounds of like
but
dodging.
They were good.
That's what it was.
They were good 10 years ago. Well, I'm sure they're still good, but
that's. Listen, I don't want to take away from Pacquiao. I'm going to bring something up. Last week, Brian Garcia won the WBO title off a guy his name was Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios, I got to talk about him. He's this like I wouldn't say too old, too young fighter. He was this really strong fighter that had this chance against, he was going for, he was basically champion. He lost the belt to Ryan Garcia, who basically had the belt before. Barrios beat Pacquiao a year or 2 years ago, full rounds by decision, and Pacquiao, if you look at the stats in that fight, he had Barrios. He had him until the last rounds. And as the rounds were going up, 7, 8, 9, 10, Pacquiao was his hits and his strikes were fucking accumulating. So you're like, man, Pacquiao at his age, he's picking up over a young fighter who, kept the belt. Barrios kept the belt that day. And people remembered that. They were like, oh, Pacquiao is not finished. So when I saw that fight, and I was surprised. I was like, holy shit, Pacquiao is still in the fucking game. He was super. You got to see this Barrios guy. He's young, he's speedy, and to see Pacquiao keep up the speed all rounds with Barrios, with this guy, he basically kept up with him. So you were like, okay, so this old timer can keep up with him, but he fucking kept up with him. And judges, I almost thought he should have won that fight. Yeah. It was a fucking tight fight. When the judges, I forget what the scorecard was, but it was a tight scorecard. So since then, I was like, oh, Barrios, this fucking guy kept Pacquiao on his feather. And now Ryan Garcia, who's this young, up and coming, everybody loves Ryan Garcia. Yeah, he just beat him for the WBO title last week. So I'm like, man, if Pacquiao can keep Barrios on his edge, who knows what he's gonna do to Floyd, even though they're old. I don't know what you guys think. We're looking at two old folks. We're like, what do you guys think? Would you tune in to watch
I'll probably watch
old
it.
boxing? Like, what do you think? Like, Manny, like someone who doesn't watch boxing on a regular basis, like, would you tune in to see this?
No.
No, it doesn't interest you.
No.
Nothing.
No.
What doesn't
I
interest
used
you?
to love boxing growing up.
Okay.
Used to love it. I used to watch all the matches, especially the big matches. Super into it growing up as a kid, up until my teens, and then even into my 20s, I was pretty into it. Into my 30s, I was into it, but I feel like it started to change at some point. Like it started to become, I don't know. It just started to be more like
Production.
yeah,
a show?
Yeah, a little bit. Like it wasn't like the matches were okay. Not as interesting to begin with, and I don't know. I just wasn't that into it, and I mean, I know the big players.
I have
but
a question
like,
for you.
Yeah,
Who are the big players that you remember? Just give me an example. Like, run me off the
20s was
first
like
names.
Oscar de la Hoya and stuff.
No, but like, I'm curious
yeah,
to know
so
who's
20s
the
was
first names that run off your head.
Oh my God! First names are off my head.
just
when I was a
top
kid.
three.
Like Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas, Oscar de la Hoya.
So what I'm hearing
Yeah.
is heavyweights, lightweights, very like the bigger guys, like
Yeah.
basically the Showtimers, the Lennox Lewises,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
yeah.
Holyfields, the Foremans, the
Beasts,
Tysons,
yeah.
the then you're naming me the Gaudis, the Wards,
The Gaudis, exactly.
and
Yeah.
you're naming me those lightweights, not those
Yeah.
younger. But since then, boxing, we haven't had those fighters. That's
Right.
the problem.
Yeah.
Is that this is what we talked about before? Is that we have Tyson Fury that's coming back to boxing in the
Yeah.
heavyweights, but to me Tyson Fury, I like. Okay, it's fun. It's a gimmick, I guess. But like I see as 6'9", I think we said last time, and
Is that tall?
yeah, he's 6'9",
shit.
and I'm like, dude, I fucking saw fucking Iron Mike, 19 years old, fighting. Like, you're gonna give me this fucking fat jalopy and say this is the heavyweight championship?
Yeah, exactly. Like these guys
Like,
were in form. It was
this
like
is
they
They were athletic.
were
They
athletic.
were
They were
athletic.
fucking
Yeah.
beasted,
They were
man.
boxing
Yeah.
was like a
Tyson wasn't a
fucking-
tall guy, huh? He was short.
No, he was
No,
short.
he
He
was-
was
yeah,
like
he
5'6",
was short,
short for
5'7".
heavyweight.
Yeah,
But
he
he
wasn't like Lennox. Lennox was tall.
tall, yeah.
You had, yeah.
Or Muhammad Ali, or all
Muhammad
these big guys.
was tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Those guys,
Tyson was small, but he was a fuck.
those guys were beefed, but they were ripped.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like it was a whole nother. I wouldn't want to get a punch from one of those guys. Man. Oh my
Remember
God.
Apollo Creed? He was crazy. Fuck.
Rocky, remember Rocky?
Yeah.
What's his record?
Oh,
No, but just to come back to Manny, like
Yeah.
that's what I was saying is that like I asked you because like I find the heavyweight classes just died out in the past
Totally.
decade, and
Yeah.
because that's what's killed boxing.
Well, who's the
And-
biggest heavyweight since?
I mean, Tyson Fury was a champ.
Since
Now
Lennox
it's
Lewis.
Deontay Wilder. It's you got these big guys,
It's not
But-
exciting. I
but
don't
it's not as exciting as it used to be. Is it the promotion? Is it the fighters? It's a bit of both. I think I'm gonna blame a bit of both because back then we had Don King, we had
Yeah,
the fucking
that's
hair,
it, yeah.
we had the guy who was crazy in the ring. We had that.
It was
That
almost like the
phase.
WWF.
I love that.
Yeah.
We don't have that anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, is it Don King we're missing? Is it the Mike Tyson we're missing? What is it that we're missing?
I
But-
think also normally smaller fighters are technically better fighters, right? Technically, they're better fighters. Like because the big guys were just big brutes, just powerhouses.
That's right.
And I think that changed. I think people more liked watching good technical fighters rather than just two giants fighting. I think that kind of changed after the 2000s.
because it showed like the technicality that we were like, oh, it's not just about this brute force
Exactly.
of hitting each other. It's more about technique.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like you don't have to be this big guy. UFC kind of paved the way for that though. Like this comes back, it always comes back to this UFC where boxing never had that, where you were mixing these classes.
Yeah.
UFC did that, where you were putting this 250 versus a 165 and figure it out.
Also, I
And
think UFC kind of killed boxing in a way. No,
It did.
kind of
I think it
stole
did. I think it did.
stole the thunder
I
from
think it did.
boxing. Yeah,
I think it did. And ironically, in right now as we speak, Dana White is starting a boxing promotion, which is Zuffa promotion, and I don't get it. And he's promoting it hard
Trying to
with
bring
his
it
stupid
back.
fucking slap fist or whatever bullshit he's
Slap
doing.
fist. That slap fist.
And I'm like, man, you have such a good product that I'm like,
Pulling a Vince McMahon.
he
Yeah.
is. He's basically pulling the Vince McMahon. He's pulling the rug out of Vince McMahon right now. He's like, you know what? Wrestling's dying. They own wrestling because of Endeavor. And they're like, well, while we're watching it fucking get buried, we're going to do something about it. And just slip in and put in Zuffa. And just
That's what it's called, huh?
yeah, it's
Zuffa?
Zuffa Promotions. So they're gonna start their first championship fight. I think end of March or April. Zuffa Promotion. Their biggest, basically, he got a guy from the UFC, signed him up for boxing, and he's putting him up on a championship fight.
Just want to go off a bit. Have you
Oh,
guys
the-
seen this McMahon? He smashed his car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What? No.
yeah.
This is Vince. This is a cop behind Vince McMahon
In his Bentley.
in his Bentley. Yeah.
He was trying to outpace the cops or
No,
what?
I don't know. He's
No,
just
he
driving.
just did that. He
Oh my
clipped.
God.
Yeah.
But you don't see before. Before this, he was zooming. He was zooming through traffic over here.
So this happened in July.
Oh yeah, I thought it happened
Yeah.
recently.
No, this happened
No.
in July. The body cam just came out this week.
There he is. He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, sorry."
Yeah. Nice Bentley.
Fuck, it was.
Was, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. 150 miles an hour?
Oh my God, what's wrong with his face? He looks like.
he doesn't look well.
No,
It
he
doesn't-
looks fucked.
Not looking well.
Yeah.
What did his face?
Look like the bad boss in,
Got
in a
work done.
game.
He got
Evil
terrible
boss.
work done. Fuck all that money. Where did he go? He tried to save a few bucks and he fucked everything up.
All right.
I know a guy.
I know a guy.
There's one more topic. All right. So let's go. Let's move on to the next one. That.
Yeah, what's up? Oh,
the final.
final topic. What is it? Rousey Carano.
Oh, we didn't even show the. What we got?
What do you want to do? The Rousey Carano. Let's do this.
Hot picture.
Oh, man. I can't wait.
Okay, we should have shown this before.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let me go. All right. Rousey versus Carano. If Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano had met at their peaks, would have been the biggest fight in women's MMA history.
Absolutely. In their peaks in MMA,
Do you think this is a bit kind of like a Mayweather Pacquiao kind of thing? Like it's
Mhm.
past their primes?
absolutely. This is moneymaker. Netflix is I've this is what's sad is like Netflix brands themselves to like these moneymakers, whereas the real fans like us, we see through this, and I'm like, at the same time, I'm gonna watch this, but like, but I'm not gonna like, how do I say it? I'm not paying for my Netflix subscription because of this. I happen to watch it. Like they're gonna feed me, so it's brilliant that Netflix grabs this, because if this was on Paramount, I wouldn't watch this. That's a perfect example.
This is not even a UFC fight.
No,
It's MVP. MVP.
It's,
it says
MVP.
here.
MVP
Yeah.
is Jake Paul. Jake Paul Promotions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he has his own.
Yep.
He has
All
own-
his fights that Jake Paul does, it's on MVP Promotions. So it's he basically he's got this fight going, and to add to it,
So he
it's-
probably did the Tyson fight too on Netflix. It
Yeah,
was all him.
absolutely, and all those boxing fights. But not to get this confused that this is not a boxing fight. And I noticed right now by the ad, it's a cage. I had to look into it today. I was like, are these girls going to be kickboxing? Like, what's the rules? Like, are they
And MMA
kickboxing?
fight,
It says
It's MMA. So
MMA
it's
bouts. Yeah.
straight up MMA. Because MVP promotion is usually boxing. Like I'm usually Jake Paul has never done mixed martial arts. Like anybody that he has on his promotions, on his pay-per-views, it's usually boxing promotions. So when I saw this, I was like, are these girls going to be striking? Because if they're striking, it's going to be trouble for Ronda.
Hey, that Gina
Carano
Carano pick is fucking hot.
Dude, Carano is
We'll talk after, Tony. I have a feeling.
Tony.
I know what you're looking at,
Tony's
Tony.
turned on right on, baby.
I know what Tony's looking at.
Look at those feet. I mean, oh shit.
Yeah.
See what we got here.
she's
Okay. Okay.
she's something.
Hello.
Is this legit?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I was like, I don't think. No,
This is AI shit.
I don't think she's standing
Probably.
naked
Isn't
in a
it a
cage.
girl?
No, that's
Nah,
not
this
real.
is real. That's the one on the right.
Nah,
is
yeah,
real.
yeah.
That was real.
No, Gina Carano has a body. She's
Yeah, she's
tight.
good looking,
She's
man.
tight.
For sure, good looking.
That's
She's-
real.
She's not young though. She's not in her prime. So if you're thinking of like a 27-year-old,
No,
I think
no.
she. How old is she? Like I'm sure you could check it right now.
Yeah,
She's
like,
36, 37.
This
Awesome.
is the before, and this is how you put on a little weight
Shesh
there.
looks better now.
You like the little weight, huh?
I do.
So
She's Sicilian.
I'd be curious, man.
She's Sicilian?
No, it's just
Mangia tu panino.
Man, it would be so sweet if she beats Ronda. Oh,
Yeah, you want Corona?
I would fucking love it. I would love Rousey to just disappear into oblivion, just into like fucking dark matter, and just.
You don't like her?
You
You don't
She
like
had,
her?
she had a huge fallout. Huh? A lot of people turned on her. Huh?
She no, I don't like her, Manny.
She's a jerk, no? Apparently.
She's the biggest fucking
She's a sore
bitch.
loser.
She's a fucking sore loser. She cannot take criticism.
Ah.
She can't handle fucking reality. She's a baby.
Ah.
Basically, when the truth is thrown in her face, she's like, she doesn't believe it. She's like one of these like oblivious, like fuck you. I read her book. I was stupid. I was young. I was like, I had to read up on her, and I was like, well, read into the whole beliefs and everything, and then
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So reading into it though, that's what made me. I actually read her book, and I was like, okay, so you're a fucking bitch.
Wow.
Basically, I was like,
okay.
oh, this
And
is
it-
the way you treat your family, your coaches,
Oh,
your
shit.
staff,
Okay.
and people around you. You're just a fucking bitch.
So she's it was an autobiography or just
It's
a
an autobiography.
Wow,
Autobiography.
even on
Yeah.
top. So
Yeah,
she
she-
admits
she-
that
she-
she's not a nice person.
Oh, absolutely. She goes out and says, she's like, oh, fuck everybody that ruined my career for UFC. Fuck my fans. Fuck it. But it's like, you lost your fights. You were the talent fighting in the ring, not your coach, not your fans, not
Yeah.
your mom, not your sister. Why are you blaming everyone else?
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up. And you did it twice. You lost to Holly Holmes. You lost to Amanda Nunes. Shut the fuck up the second time.
Wow.
She still couldn't shut the fuck up. So she disappeared into oblivion until the WWE scraped her fucking shit up for like about 8 months and was like, we've had enough of you.
Really, yeah.
She didn't
Wow.
even last 1 year in the WWF, the WWE. She did a few shows, a few pay-per-views.
Yeah.
She was known she was Ronda Rousey. She did her thing, but she was known in the WWE that people were like, she was a bitch. Even in the fucking, she just came in like she was fucking God's given fucking gift to fucking humankind.
Wow.
Logan Paul came into the WWE, and just to give you an idea that Logan Paul, I'm the first one ready to shit on the fucking Paul brothers. You give me a reason to shit on any of those Paul brothers, I will shit on them. But Logan
It's an act. They're all an act.
has got talent. Though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's pretty
In the
athletic.
fucking
Yeah.
ring,
Yeah.
the kid's got fucking. And we can sit here all day and say wrestling's fake and all that shit, but
Wrestling's
What happened-
fake. What?
Used to Brian.
What happens in the ring, the moves, what they train for is fucking real, and it's serious. Like what Logan Paul has done in the past year and a half for wrestling, he's brought moves. He's so innovative. Like I don't follow it that much, but what I've seen that he's brought into wrestling since WrestleMania, Tony, I'm sure you could back me up. And then since that Ricochet, double fucking, what was it?
That was
Royal
pretty
Rumble?
sick. Yeah.
Like he's been so innovative that he brings in this freshness to
Jake
WWE.
Paul?
to
Logan Paul?
Paul, and I find like it's
And he's
so,
good on the mic too.
he's amazing. So it's like, why not? It's fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
It's entertainment.
It's supposed to be fun, right? Wrestling.
Entertain
Yeah.
me. So why not have this Logan Paul character entertain me?
Yeah.
That I don't mind, as long as you have the talent.
Yeah.
Whereas Ronda Rousey,
She didn't have the talent.
oh man, I saw a video of her this week sparring for her boxing match versus Carano, and she's got these fucking chicken shoulders that are I don't know what she's doing. It's like, I'm not even a boxer, and I'm like, that does not look like a fucking boxing stance. I don't know.
So
what you're doing.
Carano's gonna smash her again, and she's gonna complain.
So I don't know.
The cameraman's fault.
So
It's
going
the
into
ref's
it, I'm
fault?
just gonna let you guys know Serrano's more of a kickboxer. So she's a stand-up striker, and Rousey's more of she's judo grappler. She's more on the takedown. Judos are more on the swipes.
Okay.
So what's gonna happen? I think Serrano's gonna.
Who had a better MMA career?
Like Rousey.
Rousey had a more
You know
successful career.
I gotta give it to Rousey. Rousey paved the way for women's MMA before Carano was there. Absolutely. You can say what you want. If it wasn't for Rousey, women's MMA wouldn't be where it was today.
Really?
No, Valentina Shevchenko, Holly Holmes, fucking all those girls, they would not be there if it wasn't for Ronda Rousey.
But both these girls are MAGAs, right? Rousey and they're both MAGA girls type of thing.
How about Rousey?
I don't know about Rousey. I don't know.
Corona, whatever.
Corona.
Give me a Corona.
So Gina Carano is 43 years old, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her last fight was in 2009 or 2006. Oh, these guys haven't fought in 20 years.
That's crazy.
I don't know what's gonna happen. So it's like
2009.
Money makes you do crazy.
Wow.
things.
and Rousey was 2016.
Jesus.
2016. So it's been a while for these two girls.
It's another.
I think they need their money maker.
Yeah, that's it.
They need it. Hey man.
But
Is
you
this
as
the new
someone who likes this, is it intriguing for you, or is it just like meh?
It's stupid.
Okay.
Honestly, it's because as someone who likes it, if you ask someone who likes it, like honestly speaking, I prefer that you show me something that paves the way for something that's going to become greater. If you're going to give me lollipops, it's fun, but it's just a lollipop, and after I'm done sucking on it, there's nothing but a stick. So you know what I mean?
Analogy,
But like UFC, it builds fighters. That's why I love UFC. It's like, oh, this guy builds. He's growing up. He's fuck 185. I'm gonna gain weight. I'm gonna fuck him up at 205. I love that creating a storyline. Whereas this is like, let's take this pretty flower and let's take this pretty rose and let's see what they do together in the garden and let's fight him. And they're doing the same thing with Pacquiao and Mayweather. They're just recycling the same fucking washing machine.
No, I don't.
Would you like something better to suck on?
It's a good.
I don't know, Tony. What do you have to offer?
She's
Something
39.
more
Ronda
intriguing.
Rousey.
She's 39.
Yeah.
So 39 in the 40s. Man, they're
43. Yeah.
so basically end of career. These girls are not doing. So, you asked me, like, what am I expecting from this? There's nothing coming out of this. Basically, there's no evolution from this fight. Neither one of these women are going anywhere in their own respective divisions.
Okay.
So
it's a money maker for the network. It's a
Exactly.
money maker for
So
them.
right
It's
there,
just-
that
Pretty
tells
much,
you.
yeah.
Right there, that tells you MVP promotion. The
Yeah,
only
but they know
thing,
people are gonna watch it.
the only thing, actually, you know what? The only thing that I can think of, Manny, that this can actually be worthwhile to hang on to, because there's nothing to hang on to. They're just throwing you funny names.
Yeah.
It's like, watch this, and it's candy, and after that, disappears. MVP promotion right now has Holly Holmes signed on. Holly Holmes is the woman that beat Ronda Rousey back in 2014 in the UFC. So this has this kind of controversy of UFC. Holly Holmes was the woman that destroyed Ronda Rousey's career for the rest of her life up until now. Ronda Rousey has never been the same person since that left leg kick from Holly Holmes in the third round of that famous fight that took her title away.
What year was that?
It
Sorry?
was in 2014, Brian. You can check it. And then
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes beat her in 2016, and kind of like when she came back for a rematch, she was kind of like proving herself. And Amanda was like, "You're done, finished." But when people saw Amanda beating her, they weren't like, "Oh shit, Amanda beat Ronda." No, they always thought of Holly destroyed Ronda. Holly took Ronda from her pedestal and humbled her so much and been like, bitch, you ain't fucking nothing. Sit down. She kicked her she just fucking sat her flat on her face, and that was the end of Ronda. So now to have Ronda, Holly, who got signed by MVP Promotions about a year ago by Jake Paul, they're on the same promotion. So now are they going to be on the same card? We don't know.
Okay.
That would be the fucking move to make.
That's what I was going to ask. What happened to
the move to make by MVP? Put Holly Holmes versus who cares? Put Ronda Rousey versus your Carano, and then have both women on your same promotion possibly fight each other in the future. Now you just created something. You just fucking created magic, money right there. That's a moneymaker right there. And more than I'm a fan of UFC, I would invest my time and my money into that more than I would in UFC right now. Because we spoke about it. UFC, no championships going on right now. But if you're going to talk to me about Ronda Rousey and Holly Holmes fighting, what the fuck's going on? Dana White is shitting in his pants right now. Wishes he had that rematch. Wishes he had the fucking money and the key to that pay-per-view to sell Ronda Rousey and Holly Holmes. He doesn't. MVP has.
That was the first girl that beat her, right?
Exactly.
And the second girl was
Amanda Nunes.
That's it. What happened with her career?
Amanda Nunes is the champ right now. She's the featherweight champ right now. So she's in her own division with Valentina in the middle, and they're basically respective women's champs, strongest. But no one's gonna come close to them right now, unless they both fight each other, which would be cool. But to be honest, the women's division is so weak right now. Like, it's just, two kind of divisions. Like, okay, let's be happy that they have two belts, two divisions that are like kind of taking care of, like, I don't know, 10 girls and, 5 girls here and maybe 7 girls there. If we made these two champs fight each other, we would kill everybody. You know what I mean? Like, you need to keep two champs. Like, so keep fucking Amanda Nunes there and keep Valentina Shevchenko in her division with her 12 girls, and maybe hopefully someone's going to come up and be like, hey, Valentina, fuck you, I'm coming after you, and someone's going to do that to the other one. But if you put them against each other, it would be easy to put them against each other. They're only 15 pounds apart. They're not that far. The men, they can do it because the men have featherweight, middleweight, flyweight, and all those, so many divisions.
What's the heavyweight in women? What's the heaviest weight?
Depends on their breast size.
I'm so glad we have Tony here with facts.
Imagine the weight class is just breast sizes.
Man, we need to cut that clip.
It all depends on their breasts.
Put that fight poster back up. Put it back up.
I think it was a super heavyweight.
So why wouldn't Nunes and Holmes fight? Like, what would be, let's say, the pros and cons of them
Nunes
not
and
fighting?
Holmes fought. They did fight, and Nunes won the belt off Holmes.
Okay.
She did. So basically, Holmes won the belt off Ronda. Amanda won the belt off Holmes.
Okay.
Took the belt, major champion in all the division.
And now they're in two
Holly's
separate
not going to be
divisions.
like, I'm not going to fight you again because you're fucking, you're the main bitch and you do what you got to do. And but Valentina Shevchenko, who is another strong Russian bitch in another division, a bit lighter, they're not going to fight each other. So she stays in her division, Amanda stays in her division, and they just, that's it. So it's but I don't know, man. To come back to this Rousey Carano, man, I'd be what's gonna happen from it? It's gonna happen. They both need money.
Yeah,
they definitely both need money, and it's coming up soon. Who's gonna win? It's an MMA fight. That's what's interesting. It's not just a striking fight. If it was a striking only fight, I would have given it to Carano because Carano's a kickboxer. Rousey's a judo silver medalist at the Olympics. Blah 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 blah.
She was in the Olympics.
Yeah, she won silver medal at the Olympics in 2006 or
for judo or wrestling.
Judo, and so she's more of a grappler. So it depends on what goes. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if Carano came out with a fucking leg kick, a strike, just some strike that's gonna take her out. Holly Holmes took her out with a strike. Nunes shut her down quickly.
Was it safe to say that Ronda Rousey's career is basically a flash in the pan?
Yeah, at this point,
really. A flash in the pan means like a fluke.
No, a flash in the pan was quick, boom.
Yeah,
She came in, it was
it was-
bam,
oh,
and then
she
she
was,
just
She
in the
rose and
UFC.
fell.
She
Yes.
dominated for a while.
yeah. I mean,
okay.
we got to give that she actually made women's
Yes,
By-
she
Fine,
created
popular, right?
the
Yeah.
women's MMA,
Yeah.
but she
Let's put credit where credit's
But at
due
the
here,
same
guys.
Yeah, I'll give her
time-
credit for that, but she
Hold
didn't
on.
last long.
But
She didn't have
no,
long,
it wasn't.
longevity,
She
right?
didn't last long
Yeah.
because what Ronda did was she exposed something that a lot of women realized was that this woman who's a champion of all women only has one thing that she's strong in.
Hmm.
Hold on a second. This is like UFC 1994, where you're strong in just wrestling, and I'm a fucking boxer. Or I'm a wrestler. I'm fucking taking you down. So people started exploiting her for that. So Holly Holmes came along, and she was a kickboxer, and she's like, so as a kickboxer to a judo specialist, judo you got to touch. Kickboxer, it's all about distance.
Yeah,
Yo, my fucking foot's gonna touch your neck way before you come and grab me.
yeah.
So that's what happened to Holly Holmes versus Ronda Rousey. It was that she got her first kickboxing opponent who was a champion, and she got it handed to her. But did she suck? Yeah, but she was also at a time that she was creating things that no one else.
So
that no one else existed.
between all these martial arts, right? Between all of them, whether it's even males or females, whatever it is, just the martial art itself. Is there one that is basically like that you would always put your money on?
Wrestling.
Wrestling?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wrestling over
Striking.
really?
Yep.
Wow.
Well, I heard
Is there a specific wrestling or just any type
Not
of-
even like not even. And I'm
Greco-Roman?
not talking about WWE wrestling. I'm not talking about
No,
like
yeah, I
I'm
know
gonna
that,
give you
yeah.
a pile driver and a
Greco-Roman wrestling.
I'm,
No,
You're talking about
cream of the crop.
I'm talking about wrestling.
Greco-Roman.
no, not that.
I'm talking about straight up wrestling.
Yeah.
If you guys look into wrestling and what the sport is,
Yeah.
it's a very, very interesting sport. And that's what MMA got me into, is that I got to discover, like I grew up in the 90s. Well, you know, with you guys with Gotti and Tyson. And
Yeah.
my first sport was boxing.
Yeah, me too.
So I
yeah.
used to get
yeah.
striking. And then Gracie and the UFC, and I was like, oh, arm bars and like, no, it wasn't Brazilian jiu-jitsu, it was just jiu-jitsu at the time
Yeah.
because BJJ didn't exist. And it was like, okay, arm bars and like submissions and chokeholds. Then you had the kickboxing and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
karate and stuff. Yeah.
But then things started evolving, and you're like, when I started seeing wrestling with the earmuffs and stuff, and I was like, what are these fools doing?
Anyways,
with
Gracie
fucking-
was around. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was a thing. They're the
it
ones that
wasn't.
created.
It wasn't as big in the '90s. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, because
the
nobody knew about it.
Gracies
They
big.
made it.
They put it on the
on
map
the-
in the
on the
late
map,
90s.
yeah.
Yes, but wrestling is a thing of closeness. It's
Well, it's-
not.
it's also
it's
part of jiu-jitsu in the sense you have to get the guy to the floor, and you do that with wrestling. Get the guy to the floor.
But jiu-jitsu, you can start a jiu-jitsu match on your back.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You can be like, hold on, let me just throw myself on my back, and you come and play me. You can play jiu-jitsu like that and still win. Whereas wrestling, you're not getting points if you're starting on your back. You understand? There's points in wrestling where you have to think of not getting both shoulders on the ground, and like, so there's a whole defense mechanism, but at the same time, it's about controlling every part of your body over controlling your opponent. Where it's not about striking and hitting him in the right part of the jaw, or like swooping his leg, or getting him in an ankle pick or an arm bar in jiu-jitsu. It's really about grappling and controlling the person. And once you hold the person, it's one thing. If you can get him down, it's another thing. If you could hold him down, it's another thing. So there's the whole battle of wrestling where points come involved, and the more you have control. And I found it very fascinating that wrestling has this all-around control of, like, you can be strong in a few other things, but if you don't have wrestling in your repertoire, you ain't shit. You ain't shit.
wow.
And I was going to come back to this Sean Strickland, who's this fucking amazing jab, and nobody can take him down. And Israel Adesanya, kickboxer, world-renowned Olympic and blah, 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 cannot take Sean Strickland because he's got this stupid jab, and he's not even getting kicks. He's just, he's got a strong kick. But he's got this distance control, and Chimaev is a wrestler. So while Sean Strickland wants to jump up to 205 to go fight, Chimaev wants to jump up to go fight Alex Pereira at 205. Sean Strickland is like, come and fight me wrestling at 185. I think Chimaev can get him at 185. Now, the whole question is he willing to risk, that we were talking about. Are you willing to risk your title versus gain another title? If you lose the match, for your second title doesn't mean nothing
Hmm.
because you're still a champion in your own division. But if you risk losing your own, it's a title defense. That's different. But that comes down to our point of there's no more fucking title defenses in the UFC, so do it. Like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, at this point, too fucking bad.
Pat, what does it mean? 5x5.
5 rounds.
What do you see? 5x5.
Under Carano's name, 5x5 professional
Oh yeah,
MMA
it's
bout.
5x5. Yeah, 5 rounds. It's a
5
rounds.
minutes, 5 minutes, 5 rounds.
5 minutes, 5 rounds.
All right, it's
5
getting
minutes,
late. Let's
Yeah.
call it a night, boys.
Hmm.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Nobody watched. We'll call it a night. Good night.